Welcome to CGT 356, Web Programming, Design, and Database Integration. I'm Professor Glutzball. This welcome video is going to introduce the course a little bit, look at the syllabus, and just discuss some things to expect this semester. This is an asynchronous online course, meaning that you can watch the videos on your own time. You can choose when you want to work on it. But there are deadlines that must be met as we go through the course. So we will look at Brightspace here. Brightspace will run, the course will run through Brightspace. Everything you need for the course can be found here except for in week 1, assignment 1, you'll see that we map a web server drive. You will have to have that set up. You will have to use that regularly. And if you have problems, you need to contact ECN sooner rather than later so it does not become a problem for you. So on Brightspace here, you can see we've got our class up. On our right-hand side, you can see we've already got some assignments out there with dates associated with them. We've got our initial announcement here welcoming you to the class. I organize content I organize course materials under this content area right here. So just about anything you could want to find will be either under course home, under announcements, or under content. And we'll look at that in just a second. You'll find the syllabus there as well. I've also provided a link to the syllabus here. There's a section under content called Week by Week View. That's where I organize your assignments. So if we go and look at content now, the syllabus comes up first. So begin by reading the syllabus. It says check the announcements or the course home where the announcements are. Check that section regularly. Realize that if you dismiss an announcement, it is still there. You can go find it. And all assignments with due dates will be found in this content section. So we've come to content. So here's that week by week view. If we look at the syllabus here, we see that we are again an asynchronous online meeting. Everything will run through Brightspace. You can read through this. I'd like for you to read through this syllabus. There are no required texts. You can use the Purdue libraries online to search for many books on many topics, including the topics in this course. But the full syllabus is here. Do note that the weekly assignments and projects are defined within Brightspace itself. So those will be developed and posted here throughout the semester. You can see of particular importance, all assignments will be turned in and reside on the web development server provided for the class. That's in week 1, assignment 1. That server will be used for development and testing purposes, and assignments will be graded from there. So you need to be able to map that drive. You need to be able to connect to it regularly. Always save copies of your assignments to your own media, meaning if it is somehow overwritten or lost off of that server, you will need to recreate it. So save it to the server and save a copy somewhere else. So if something happens to one of them, you've got another copy. Materials not turned into the web development server will receive 0. Equipment. You need to have access to a computer. I will be using Adobe Creative Cloud. I will be using Adobe Dreamweaver and Photoshop. I would highly recommend that you use those as well. It's available to students for a very low cost. Considering you do not have to buy a textbook, it's a very low cost. We will be, everything that you see through these videos, throughout this class, is going to be done through Adobe Dreamweaver. There are things that I will do in videos. You'll notice there's auto completion. There are some tooltips that pop up for help. in other software, those may or may not be there, and I will not be working with other software either. So the easiest method is to either find a computer that does have access to Adobe Dreamweaver on there, preferably the Creative Cloud and not an older version, and or subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud and install Dreamweaver on your own machine so that you have it there available and ready all the time. You will need to, not listed here, you will need to, if you are not on the campus network, you will need to enable your virtual private network, your VPN, anytime you want to work on the server. This class it does server-side technology, and in order for you to test anything that you do, you must upload it to the server and run it on the server. You can't, unless you've got your own web server, you cannot just run it off of your computer. So you can look through the rest of the syllabus here, read through the rest of it. You are responsible for everything that occurs in the class. There are a section on the grading. I expect to have assignments, quite a few assignments in the course, 2 projects, and you'll have a participation grade for participating in, participation includes completing the assignments, and if we have any other things through Brightspace, that would also be included in participation. There you can see a breakdown of the grading scale, and I will scroll through the rest of this document. As you can imagine, it is similar to other syllabi that you are getting for each of your other classes. Please read through the syllabus. There we've gotten to the end of it. Again, from content, there is a week-by-week view here. Please go ahead and read through my philosophy, and you will want to begin week 1, assignment 1, as that has a due date of January 25th. So you will want to begin this, read through it. There are a set of notes there posted for you. Here's a video on using the Windows built-in virtual private network. Another video on mapping network drives in Windows. Another video on using a batch file to map a network drive. You can find information from ECN on mapping network drives. If you have trouble, you can contact ECN. So we'll look through more of that. There's more of that there. But in this video, I just want to point out that under this week-by-week view, you'll see that the content builds in order here. So we've got begins January 19th, begins the 25th, begins the 1st, begins the 8th, and so on. And when you go to each one of those, you'll be able to see a due date up there. Likewise, from the course home, you should see the upcoming events as well, and be able to look at them through calendar view. So we've looked at the syllabus. I would like for everyone to go to Course Tools, Announcements, look at more options and notifications, and turn on instant notifications for announcements. That way, when I post something right here, you will get an immediate notification that something is posted. You can come and look at it, and you're not surprised by something. So please turn on those instant notifications. As I'm sure you've noticed, Brightspace has a lot of tools. We will use some tools in here. We will not use other tools in here, and I'm sure you're discovering that in other classes as well, that not everything is used everywhere. Again, here is if you have trouble connecting, the ability to contact ECN. If you have a permissions problem, access denied, something like that, I do not have the ability to make that change. It's ECN has to make that change. So rather than going through me to get to them, I want you to contact them directly, and it will help you get the matter solved more quickly. So again, I hope to have a great semester with you, and please go ahead and start looking at that week 1 assignment 1, as you will need to get some things set up before we begin things this coming week.